The cafeteria was buzzing with teenage chatter, the clatter of trays, and the ever-present undercurrent of high school tension. But amid the noise, a moment so cruel and humiliating would silence everything, a moment that would shatter a girl's world and spark a wave of justice that no one saw coming. Anya Malik was only 16. Quiet, shy, and brilliant, she had transferred to Ridgewood High 2 months ago after her father's job relocation. She wasn't the kind of girl who craved attention. With her books hugged tightly to her chest and her eyes often cast downward, Anya navigated the hallways like a shadow. She wore oversized hoodies not because she lacked fashion sense, but because they made her feel safe, hidden in a world that often punished difference. But some kids didn't like quiet. Some kids didn't like different. That day, Anya was sitting at the end of the lunch table with her usual peanut butter sandwich and a tattered copy of Jane Eyre. She wasn't eating much, her nerves often making her stomach churn in the crowded cafeteria. From the corner of her eye, she noticed them, Jason, Derek, and Mia, the school's so-called royalty. Loud, cruel, and entitled. A trio infamous for their endless taunting of anyone they deemed beneath them. Jason nudged Derek and whispered something that made all three laugh. Mia smirked with the kind of coldness only a mean girl could perfect. They moved closer to Anya like vultures circling prey. "Hey, new girl," Jason sneered, leaning over her shoulder. "Whatcha reading? Some love story? Maybe that's why no guy wants you." Anya didn't reply. Her hands trembled slightly, but she didn't look up. She knew how this game worked: if you didn't feed the fire, it would die out. But she was wrong. Jason reached out and snapped her bra strap through the back of her hoodie. The loud pop of elastic made heads turn, but the eruption of laughter that followed was worse. Anya froze. Her face burned with shame, and tears pricked her eyes. The cafeteria felt like a stage, and she was a spectacle, humiliated, helpless. But someone had seen more than just the act. Someone had caught it all. Unknown to the bullies, a new security camera had recently been installed, capturing a full, clear shot of what happened. And someone else, a student named Rayhan, had seen the whole thing, too. Rayhan wasn't particularly close to Anya. He barely knew her. But something about the incident made his blood boil. Maybe it was the look of betrayal on her face. Maybe it was the fact that he had once been bullied too. He reported the incident to Vice Principal Ahmed. At first, like most schools, there was skepticism. A snap of a bra strap? Kids fooling around? Was it worth the trouble? But when the footage was reviewed, the tone of the room changed. Suddenly, it wasn't just bullying, it was sexual harassment. The video went viral after a concerned teacher leaked it to a local journalist. The internet erupted in outrage. Thousands called out the school administration, demanding action. #Justice for Anya started trending. The footage showed the smirks, the deliberate act, the way Jason yanked the strap as Mia laughed, and how Anya's whole body recoiled in pain and shame. Her parents were devastated. They had trusted the school to keep their daughters safe. But they turned that pain into action, filing an official complaint with the police. What followed was unprecedented. Jason and Derek were arrested for harassment. Mia, who egged them on, was suspended and charged with aiding the assault. Their parents tried to shield them with expensive lawyers, claiming kids will be kids, but the world had changed. These weren't just kids being kids. This was a girl stripped of her dignity in front of her peers. Anya's story hit national news. But behind the headlines was a girl still struggling. Even after the arrests, Anya couldn't return to school. The trauma was too deep. She couldn't walk into a cafeteria without shaking. The thought of laughter, even from strangers, made her nauseous. Nightmares haunted her, not just of the moment itself, but of the helplessness. The silence. The shame. Counseling helped. Slowly. Rayhan visited her house once, bringing a stack of books he thought she might like. He didn't say much, just, "You didn't deserve any of that." And that made her cry more than anything else. 6 months later, Anya recorded a video on her phone. It was shaky, and her voice wavered, but she spoke directly to the camera. To every girl who's ever been touched without permission. To every student who was told to get over it. You're not invisible. You matter. And your pain matters. I'm still healing, but I'm not silent anymore. The video exploded online. Survivors began sharing their own stories. Anya became a reluctant symbol of strength, not because she asked for it, but because she chose to speak. The bullies? Jason and Derek served 6 months in juvenile detention, followed by mandatory counseling. Mia was expelled and had to complete community service. All 3 of them were banned from setting foot on school grounds again. Their futures, once paved in arrogance, were now reminders that actions have consequences. But the real victory wasn't in their punishment. It was in the change that followed. Ridgewood High overhauled its anti-bullying policies. Mandatory consent education was added. Students were encouraged to speak up, and a peer support group was formed, co-led by Rehan and, eventually, Anya herself. And when Anya finally returned to school a year later, she didn't wear a hoodie. She walked in wearing a simple, fitted t-shirt, shoulders back, eyes up, no longer hiding. The cafeteria went quiet. Then Rehan stood, clapped once, and others followed. A slow, growing applause echoed through the room, not for a victim, but for a survivor. A fighter. A girl who taught them all that silence is never the answer. If Anya's story moved you even a little, please take a moment to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Have you or someone you know ever faced bullying or harassment in school? Let's create a space where voices are heard, and healing can begin. Backhand index pointing right. Subscribe to our channel, be kind always for more real stories that matter, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a powerful moment again. Together, we can build a world where kindness is louder than cruelty.